This is my mom's mandu recipe, and it's one of my absolute favorite things to eat. I remember when I was a kid watching my mom and my grandma and my aunties making this at home. My mom and my aunts would be folding the dumplings in the kitchen, my grandma squatting over a pot of oil in the garage, deep frying them, me trying to bite into one of them, hashing my way through the first bite because I can't wait for it to cool down. It's one of those images from childhood seared into my memory. Dumplings, of course, are one of those foods that I believe are in pretty much every culture, in every cuisine, and they're all good. There's just something about meat and veggies being wrapped up in a flour wrapper and cooked that make it amazing. Of course, there are variations to how you can prepare them, even among the Korean dumplings. For example, you can steam them, you can pan fry them, you can deep fry them, you can throw them in mandukuk. In this video, I'll show you 3 of those methods. We'll steam them, pan fry them, and my personal favorite, deep fry. So let's get right into it. This is how to make perfect Korean dumplings. For this recipe, you'll need half of a napa cabbage, roughly 500 grams, roughly 200 grams of mung bean sprouts, 30 grams of dried dangmyun or glass noodles, 500 grams of ground beef, 250 grams of firm tofu, 1 stalk of green onion, 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, ground black pepper, about 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. This is one of those foods that have a big margin of error, and you can certainly try different variations with the filling, but I'm just giving you the recipe for how I ate them growing up. And to me, this is perfect. Of course, you'll need some dumpling wrappers, and this is important. Make sure you get one that is nice and thick. The best I've found here in Singapore is this one. You can certainly make your own as well. And you'll need some egg to seal the dumpling. First, you're gonna chop your cabbage. Get your water boiling. Boil the cabbage for roughly 7 minutes. Drain it in a colander. Give it a rinse to cool it down. Then give it an... I like to use a tea towel from IKEA. Be careful not to wring it too quickly as you might tear your towel. Put it into a large mixing bowl. Now we're going to do the same thing for the mung bean sprouts. So get your water boiling again. Meanwhile, wash the bean sprouts. Drop it in the boiling water. Cook for roughly 5 minutes. Drain. Rinse it under cold water. Then a squeeze. Again, we'll use a tea towel to wring it out. Add this to the bowl. Get your water boiling again. Drop the dangmyun into the boiling water. Follow the directions on the packaging for how long to cook it. When it's done, drain it. Rinse with water. Then chop it into small pieces. Add that to your mix. Get your tofu and break it into manageable pieces. And you guessed it, you're gonna squeeze the water out of this one too. Then go ahead and add it to your mix. Slice your green onions. Add that in as well. Add the ground beef, sesame seeds, mince your garlic and add that in. You can use some pre-minced garlic, or if your Korean mom taught you well, you should have a Ziploc bag of pre-minced garlic in your freezer. Now would be a good time to use that. Add the salt, sesame oil, black pepper. Give it all a good mix. You can pre-make this filling and wrap the dumplings later. You can even make it in advance and freeze it. Or you can just go for it right away. Now beat an egg and get your dumpling station ready. Fill the dumpling skin without it breaking while being able to seal it. Put some egg on the edge. Then go ahead and seal it. This will take some practice, but you will learn as you go. Here's another angle. This is a great group activity, so grab some friends or sit down with your family and get to work together. As the saying goes, many hands make light work. Line them up on some parchment paper on a tray or cutting board. You can freeze them and save them for later, or you can cook them with your preferred method. If you're freezing them, just make sure you give it enough time to freeze individually before storing them in a Ziploc bag. Make sure not to let them touch. It doesn't have to freeze all the way through. Just make sure the outside is hard enough so that they don't stick together when you store them. You can layer some more parchment paper between, and you can stagger them on the next layer between the dumplings on the previous layer. After they're frozen enough, you can put them in a large Ziploc bag. For your dipping sauce, get some soy sauce and white vinegar. You'll want roughly a 2-to-1 ratio. If you want more tang, go for 3-to-2. I usually just eyeball this. Throw in some sesame seeds and some gochugaru. When it comes to cooking, you have a few options. You can drop them into soup like tteokguk to make tteok mandukguk. You can also steam them in a steamer. You can pan fry them, or my personal favorite, deep fry them, because everyone knows deep frying makes everything better.
Deep fried to perfection.
If you're steaming, you can use one of those metal steaming baskets or use a bamboo steamer like I'm using. If you do, you can use a piece of parchment paper so you can easily remove your dumplings after they're done cooking. Go for 8 to 10 minutes. For the pan-fried dumplings, you'll heat up your frying pan. When it's nice and hot, add your oil and swirl it around to coat the pan, and add your dumplings. Give them roughly 8 minutes total. You'll flip them after 4 minutes. Or if you have a triangular shape, you can fry it on each side for about 2 to 3 minutes, but that'll depend on how you folded your dumplings. If you're deep frying, drop them in oil heated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 4 minutes. All the usual rules apply. Leave enough headspace so your oil doesn't overflow. Be safe, don't throw water into the oil. Use a candy thermometer if you have one. Don't stick your finger into the oil, etc., etc. These times are for if you cook them fresh. If you're taking it from the freezer, add a minute to all the cooking times. Thanks again for watching. Now let's dig into these bad boys. Now for the pan fried. That's it. Oh, and now for my favorite, deep fried. Oh, that's perfection. All right, I need some time with these guys. See you guys next time.